On the 13th of November 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. was responsible for the murder of 6 members of his family. The murders took place inside 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville, New York. Though the incident took place at approximately 3:15 that morning, Ronald DeFeo Jr. went into a bar at 6:30 p.m. to ask for help, exclaiming that he thought his mother and father had been shot. He told the police that he believed it had been a mob hit, and soon confessed to all 6 murders. All 6 of the deceased DeFeos had been shot with a .35 caliber rifle. Evidence suggested only Louise, Ronald's mother, and Allison, one of his sisters, had been awake when they were shot. The minimal signs of struggle baffled the police. The DeFeos had all been killed in their beds and lay on their fronts. Though he once claimed that he'd heard their voices plotting against him, Ronald Jr.'s reasons for the killings have altered over the years. 112 Ocean Avenue remained unoccupied until December 1975, when the Lutz family bought the house at a knockdown fee, despite them knowing of its dark history. George and Kathy Lutz had only married in the summer of that year, and the couple moved into the house along with 3 of Kathy's children from previous marriage. The first surreal experience reportedly involved Father Ralph J. Pecoraro, a Catholic priest charged with blessing the house. He claimed that during the blessing a voice called the now infamous line, "Get out." This voice was heard in one of the upstairs rooms, which happened to have been the bedroom of Ronald DeFeo's parents. George began to behave in an unusual manner, waking up at 3:15 every morning, the approximate time that the 6 DeFeos were murdered. He supposedly realised he had a strong resemblance to Ronald DeFeo Jr. and even began drinking at the same bar DeFeo had often visited. On one night, George also claimed that Kathy transformed into a 90-year-old woman with wild hair. Nights seemed to be the most active time for whatever lurked in their house, and George claimed he heard all manner of noises, including marching bands and doors slamming. The behaviour of the children also became peculiar. They started to row with each other more often, and 5-year-old Missy developed what at the time seemed like a harmless imaginary friend named Jody. Missy described Jody as a pig-like creature, and it was this being that was attributed to some of the most disturbing claims. On Christmas Day, George saw Jody in Missy's room after looking at the house from outside. When he entered her room, he found Missy asleep and a rocking chair moving on its own. Footprints in the snow were also linked to the creature, and even Kathy said that she once looked out of Missy's window to see a pair of glowing red eyes. Flies became a regular feature in the house, even during the harsh winter weather. George also found a strange hidden room in the basement with red walls, and a dog would avoid this room. After failing to get Father Pecoraro to return, the Lutzes attempted to dispel the force from their home using the Lord's Prayer, but they were only met with voices asking, "Will you stop?" Shortly after, the Lutzes left the home, leaving most of their belongings behind. Experts, including paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, examined the home and experienced some forms of mild paranormal activity. Events in Amityville would be the focus of a book that became so successful that it spawned many more books and films. However, with the added publicity came great scrutiny. It is believed much of what was written was sensationalized. Many of the events can be attributed to the stress of moving into a new house, the wild imagination of children, and the fact that the Lutzes knew what had happened to the previous owners. There have been few pieces of evidence put forward, and those that have, such as a photograph of a ghost child peering from one of the rooms, are generally considered fake. Despite this, the Amityville haunting has become one of the most famous paranormal cases in the world.